potentially history on the line here in Sterling. Musgrove Fieldhouse, the site for what could be a very exciting super sectional volleyball match. The opposition tonight, the Wheaton St. Francis Spartans, 27-12. This matchup has happened before. We'll elaborate that on just a little bit. The Redbirds ranked second in Class 3A with an overall record of 33-4, I believe. Should be. But nonetheless, that's all out the window. The resumes and whatnot you have, but 33-4 for Metamora, 27-12 for St. Francis. The story of this program has been so close, but so far. Metamora has made 6 super sectional appearances in the IHSA's 4-class era. They've never won. 3-set loss to Joliet Catholic last year. Of course, we all remember how that one ended with the controversial lack of a four contact call. That was then, this is now. Circling back to what I mentioned, Wheaton St. Francis Metamora. This is a matchup in a 2011 super sectional, and the Spartans frankly wiped the floor, 25-12, 25-8. And the consensus around town per se is that the team was in a totally different state then. Yes, they were good enough to make the super sectional, but the vibe just seems a little different with this team in terms of rising up to the potential, the comfort level in these type of matches. This time of year, I always talk about whoever's more comfortable in their game under this type of pressure, this late into the season, these type of circumstances on the line, that's the team that wins. We St. Francis has lost 12 matches. Certainly one of those matches that you want to look at, even though it is a loss, is Mother McAuley, one of the country's best high school volleyball programs. St. Francis fell 25-20, 25-20. So obviously, when they're at their best, they can compete with some of the nation's best volleyball. Really, truly. And talking with one of their assistant coaches before the match, kind of some preliminary pre-game players to watch. Anna Paquetta, 5'6" junior. Jessica Smith, a 6'5" senior. So this is, a starting point. We'll get to a third player to watch here in just a moment. But to my knowledge, Assistant Coach Dan Ballard said there were some pretty tall teams they faced up in the Plainfield North tournament at the start of the season. But top to bottom, this is probably the tallest team they've played all year. And one of those players is Jessica Smith, the 6'5" senior. Will be interesting to see how it plays out with her role for the Spartans. Probably the overall pregame player to watch is Addie Horner, a 6'3" sophomore for Wheaton St. Francis. And talking with both the Spartan staff and the Redbird staff, she came up in both conversations, so that obviously holds a lot of substance for both teams' scouting reports. So another name to watch there. Obviously, when you look at it from the Metamora side, it's just play your game. Try to get the outsides as dominant as they've been. See how Esma can get it through the block. Serve receive is going to be a big difference maker tonight as well, from what I'm told. So we'll see how that part of the match pans out as well. Of course, as this is the super sectional, the winner advances to next weekend's state finals at Redbird Arena at Illinois State. And I believe, let me look here, latest we have from Joliet Catholic and St. Lawrence, that's the opposing super sectional. Joliet Catholic won the first set 25-17. Again, a good number of the super sectionals have actually started at 6 o'clock. We're one of, we might be the only one. There might be one other super starting at 7, but the rest of them, I believe, start at 6. But obviously the only match that really concerns either Redbird or Spartan fans is the Joliet Catholic St. Lawrence super. And again, the Angels taking the opening set 25-17. We're roughly 9.5 minutes away from starting lineups in the national anthem. beautiful facility here at MTCO Fieldhouse. We said the original was built in what, like the 1950s, something like that is what I was told. And they basically built around that, renovated around that, and that's what's kind of giving you that cool brick look around the walls. And it's just ever so slightly in the top of your frame, but there's a four-sided video board atop the field house here as well. And nice looking bleachers. The yellow sure stands out. The navy and gold of, not even gold really, it's navy and true yellow of the Sterling Golden Warriors. And been a beautiful facility to take in, and obviously it'll also house an incredibly important volleyball match. One of the more important volleyball matches in Metamora program history. That's kind of been the story, as we mentioned, of So Close, So Far. Looking a little further at Metamora's schedule, something that will be interesting to watch is in terms of where the team's at. You look at it in increments of 5, as we've mentioned multiple times before. How's the team at the first 5 points? Who's the first 10, 15, 20, 25, all that. Metamora, we mentioned 33 wins, 30 sweeps. Only 3 times have they won in 3-set matches. So in the event that the Spartans at least take 1 set, it A, doesn't happen very often, but B, doesn't bode well for the Redbirds, because you go from a 30-2 record in 2-set matches to 3-2 in 3-set matches. So that obviously is something to bear in mind here as the match progresses. Obviously, we've already talked about the height for Wheaton St. Francis. That obviously will make a big difference. And I'm kind of interested to see, circling back to the point that Metamora really hasn't seen a team with this kind of height for the staff to this point of the season, how that will pan out. Will the Redbirds be able to get up to that block when you have, I flipped my roster sheet, when you have to get up for players like Addie Horner at 6'3" on the right side, Jessica Schmidt at 6'5", like how you're able to counter that obviously is going to be a big difference, because the coaches have already talked about how big of a difference serve receive is going to make. I think Metamora's block, in terms of how they're able to counter that height, is certainly one of the main things that leaps out to me. St. Francis's time on the court is ramping up here momentarily. Then Metamora will take the floor for their 6, and then we will have first serve, which tells me that Wheaton St. Francis has been designated as the home team, because typically the home team would take their 6 minutes first. Because I believe, to this point, with Metamora as a 1 seed in their subsectional, they would not have faced another 1 seed yet, because Limestone was not a 1 seed. Dixon was a 1 seed, and Limestone handled Dixon very easily. And then Metamora, of course, swept the Rockets in the sectional championship. Hard to believe it's kind of flown by since that Dunlap Regional semifinal. And here we are. Wheaton St. Francis better get off the court. Here comes the Redbirds with their serve. But it's the first time, I think, that Metamora's played another 1 seed this season, or this postseason, I should say. And the one thing I was trying to figure out, because obviously we've talked about Metamora being the number 2 ranked team in 3A, according to the Max Prep poll. However, Wheaton St. Francis was listed as 2A on the Max Prep ranking, so I'm not quite sure where the class difference comes in there. Obviously, they're in 3A, because here we are playing them. But Max Prep listed them as a 2A ranked team, number 9 in 2A, albeit. But obviously, they're a pretty dadgum good 3A team to have gotten to this point. St. Francis out of the Metro Suburban Blue Conference. They finished 2nd place in that league to, I believe, St. Lawrence. I believe they are in that conference, and we mentioned earlier they are playing Joliet Catholic in the opposing super sectional. And again, the latest we have, JCA over St. Lawrence, 25-17 in the first set. Hope everybody's enjoying their evening wherever they may be. Of course, Alex Staub here on the play-by-play call. Scott Kirker has the production side of things, helping us out on the camera as well. Thankful for Scott for making the trip up here with me to enable us to do so. And, of course, folks back at MTCO in Metamora for all their help to get this up and going. At this point, we've set up what we can. It's just kind of sitting back and taking it in. Get the nerves shook off. Try to be as comfortable as possible. And we've already talked about that element of the match. And one player definitely to zero in on, I spoke with Ella Stivers earlier in the season as I was playing their music for their match. And I will say it was kind of calm, but like it was pretty early, so I wasn't thinking too much of it. She wanted me to change the song, and we kind of had a nice laugh about it. But then I asked, so before a big match, are you more of you would rather be calm going into the match and kind of not have those nerves? Or are you more of you want to be hyped up for these big matches? And at least Ella, maybe not necessarily can speak for the whole team, but Ella is one of those players that prefers the hype up, prefers the ability to get that kind of mentality going into a match as opposed to kind of having the comfort level of, I guess, not having much, if any, nerves to take off. And I think one thing that does help is the number of girls that were on the court for that loss to Joliet Catholic last fall, and obviously how unfortunate that was. Obviously, it was quite the battle with the Redbirds taking the Angels to 3 sets, no less at their court. And obviously, that was a pretty reputable stat in and of itself because I didn't look at it back then, but I was thinking about it now, how many times that JCA got taken to 3 sets on their home court. Down to about 2.5 minutes until national anthem and starting lineups again here at Homer Musgrove Fieldhouse in Sterling. Blackout is the theme if you haven't figured that out already. One other thing to mention before we get too far, Scott and I mentioned it on the way up here. Metamora and St. Francis in a super sectional. You've heard that already, haven't you? That was the boys basketball super sectional matchup in Ottawa. And, we were kind of thinking on the way up as well, just the overall success of the athletic department of late. You have softball get to the super sectional. You have boys basketball finish as state runners up. You have girls cross country qualified for state as a team. Boys have a couple individuals running. Tennis did really well this fall as well. And I know a couple of the individuals that made it are within the girls basketball program. Selfish plug for my role with the girls basketball team coming up. And, this last couple months of the calendar year have been, I know you don't want to necessarily count it that way as opposed to academic year, but it's been a special run for Metamora Athletics. And obviously you don't want it to end here because Metamora boys basketball last year was the first team to get to state of an indoor team. No indoor team has ever won a state title. So that's perhaps in the backs of the minds of those within the Metamora volleyball program. 1 minute. We're only at 1 minute until we get things going here. Consistency out of the Metamora lineup. We'll double check when it's announced over the PA system, but usually it's been Bella Gregory, Esma Frieden, Sophie Fletcher, Hannah Yoder, Maddie Mooney, and then it flexes between either Ella Stivers or Izzy Vandeschramp, depending on whether the Redbirds get serve or receive. I wasn't paying attention to the coin flip, so couldn't tell you that, to be quite honest, but here we are. We've set up what we can set up. Now it's just time to wait. I know we got some folks down at the Germantown Grill tuned in tonight. Thankful for them, for their streaming of the game tonight. Always love the sports bar and restaurant atmosphere of watching a ball game, regardless of the significance of said event. Obviously, this is a big one. Redbird fans are making some noise off to your left. They've buzzed it. Haven't reset it technically, but they've buzzed it. And here we go. Got a massive American flag off to our right. And we're kind of perched up here, so I have to kind of be a little more flexible. Here's the national anthem. Your national anthem here from Musgrove Fieldhouse. Starting lineup's about to be announced. Redbirds being introduced right now, and here we go with PA announcer and former athletic director here at Sterling High School, Greg King. Our starting lineup. I didn't catch the name. Let's see what they did on the program. It differs. Emma Delaney. Well, she's the only player, at least among the starting lineups, that's not on my roster. Curling Super Sectional winner plays in the state semifinal next Friday afternoon at Illinois State's Redbird Arena. Redbirds huddled up. Redbirds have served with Ella Stivers. And we've already broken the stand. Metamora's student section has literally broken a section of stands over on the left baseline. I don't know, they may not be able to sit on the baseline if they're going to cause that kind of ruckus, which is a good problem to have. Yeah, they might have actually, because a couple of our assistant principals are working on it right now. Anyway, what we do know is Redbirds have serve. It's Ella Stivers. Super sectional volleyball. One win from Redbird Arena. Stivers serve clears. It's going to be an ace. Ella Stivers on the first point of the match gives Metamora a 1-0 lead. Early, but off to a good start. Next serve over, Libero out of the back row, Olivia Basil. And an attack error for Wheaton St. Francis makes it 2-0 Metamora. Stivers. Bit of a miss hit, nothing horrible out of the back row. St. Francis gets it over. Set up out of left side for Hannah Yoder. Big swing. Do we have a touch? We do not. Attack error, point Wheaton St. Francis. Anna Paquette serving. Soft looping serve. Bella Gregory from the right side for the kill, 3-1. Izzy Vandesraff will sub in. She'll serve. The Birds Nest student section over her shoulder. Serve clears. Left side, dug out. Goes Brooke Everett on the attack. Esma Frieden hit the antenna. Attack error, point Spartans. Their first sub is Veronica Herbasek. She'll serve. 3-2 Metamora here in the first set of the Sterling Super Sectional. Serve clears. Dug out by Stivers. Hall set it over. Big right side swing coming up, and the Redbirds get the block. We told you coming in, Addie Horner on the right side would be a big difference maker for the Spartans. And an early test from her arm on the right side, and the Redbirds block it for a point. Now Bella Gregory will serve, 4-2 Redbirds. Serve to the face, but recover. Set up maybe, no, it's going to be a middle. Bump over by Fletcher, I think. That wasn't 4. Hold on now, that was not 4. No, it wasn't. They bumped into each other, and Sophie set it over. Give them the point on, I guess, another more contact call. Izzy for Victoria. They don't recover. Spartans tie it up. I really hope that call doesn't come back to bite us, especially after the last ball. Serve clears, dug out by Mooney. Going to be a tough play for Hall, and it's off the video board. And I guess the video board's not in play. Or, I mean, it's not out of bounds. And I don't think we knew it. Serve is dug out. Ella Stivers from the left side for the kill. Mia Korsagrosa subs in, and Victoria Hall will serve. Back and forth we go here in the first set. Hall's serve is over. Dug out, tip over. Spartans able to get it up. Here's Korsagrosa from the right side for the kill. Redbirds take the lead back at 6-5. Hall serve clears. Right side attack, too strong. Redbirds might have been able to play it out, but they go on. Left side for the Spartans, dug out by Vandestrap. Hall for Wheaton. Over dig, be ready for it. They are. And it's going to be a Redbird point. 7-5 Metamora. Briefly, Joliet Catholic wins the Hinsdale Super Sectional, so the winner of this match will play Joliet Catholic next Friday. Hall serve clears, dug out of the back row, set up. Left side, and she runs into the net. That's Brooke Everett, but the attack doesn't go over either. 8-5 Metamora after that error. Victoria Hall with serve. It clears. Spartans set it up to the left side. Everett again, this time, point Spartans. Spartans will sub in. Katie Shuley. Shuley will go back to serve with a 2-point Metamora lead here in the first set. Breeden the overdig. Hall misses the net. Good call there. Back row. And untouched is Addie Horner. Obviously some frustration on the Metamora side because you knew going into the match. Talked about that early block. They had that scouted well, but they weren't ready for the back row attack there from Horner. Serve clears, and it's an ace. Got our scores messed up here. I'm going to fix them. Hold on. Block back and down for the Spartans. 9-8. And I did it again. We promise you, it's 9-8 Wheaton. We know that. Dug out by Vandestrap. Hall for Breeden. Big swing for the kill. (9-9) here in the first set. Again, bear with us as I try to get caught back up here. There we go. Tied at 9 here in the first set. Breeden was served. It clears. Bit of miscommunication. Spartans are going to get it over, though. Blocked back and down. Point Metamora. Redbirds are the first to 10. Wheaton serve clears. Dug out of the back row. Spartans thought for a second it was going to go out. Left side attack dug out by Wheaton. All for Yoder. Spartans will set up the left side. Big swing, blocked and out. Point Spartans. Their libero, Olivia Basil, will serve. A junior for the Spartans. Serve clears. Wheaton, nearly a double maybe. Mia Kurtzagroza from the right side with the attack error. Point Spartans. Dadgummit. We'll fix that here in a second. Need Metamora to score an 11th point here in the near future, and we'll be just fine. It is 11-10 St. Francis. All for Yoder left side, and it's going to be a kill. So now it's 11-11. Maddie Mooney will serve. Serve clears. Set up for the left side attack. Big swing through the block and out. Block's got to be better. They had that one good block on Addie Horner earlier in the set. But the block's definitely got to improve if they want to make it the Redbird next Friday. Serve dug out by Yoder. Pump it back to her left side, and it's back over. All sets it over. Second contact. Good read by the Spartans. Right side, big swing right through the block. Gregory from the middle. Now they set it up left side, right through the block. Wheaton out for a Spartan point. 13-11, Wheaton St. Francis here in the first set. Caitlin Dumpett has served. Clears and dug out by Yoder. All bumps it back to her left side for the kill. Ella Stivers for Mia Kurtzagroza, and Ella will serve. And Redbirds down one here, set one. Serve clears. Spartans thought it was going to go out. They play on. Left side is out. That was out. It was clearly out past the service line, and they say it was in. Wow. It was close, but it was still clear. 14-12 Spartans. That one is out. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Maybe I didn't. Awesome. 14-13 Spartans. Izzy Vanderschraff has third. Serve clears. Spartans will set it up for the left side. Redbird blocked, but it's out. Point Spartans. Herbacek subs back in, and we'll have serve. Clears, dug out by Stivers. Ball for Gregory. Dug out. Spartans recovering, get it over. Vanderschraff to Hall, right side Gregory. Now Wheaton for the left side, big swing, dug out, nearly hit the video board, and a tip battle at the net is won by the Spartans, 16-13. Dug out by Mooney out of the back row. Wheaton left side. Through and down. Back within 2. Jessica Schmidt will return for the Spartans. Bella Gregory will serve. Serve clips the net for an ace. Sometimes you need little things like that to go your way at this time of year. 16-15 Spartans. Gregory serve. That one does clear the net, notably so. Bump it up for a left side attack, blocked and down. Redbirds tie it up at 16. Gregory gets her number from Coach Ballard, and here we go. Serve just clears the net, over dig goes out, and Metamora is back in front. Timeout, Wheaton St. Francis, and here comes the Redbird crowd. (17-16) Metamora. And again, if you're just joining us, Joliet Catholic did win the opposing Super Sectional. The winner of this match will play Joliet Catholic in the state semifinal next Friday at 4. JCA was our Super Sectional representative last fall, of course, beating the Redbirds. We've already talked about Metamora's now 7 Super Sectional appearances in 15 years. Haven't won one yet. 17-16 Metamora. Bella Gregory, good run of service here in the waning moments of our opening set. This was confirming something. It's been a big deal. Gregory gets it over. Just ever so slightly misses the net. Right side set over is tip. Redbirds ready for it. All for Wheaton. Big swing. Over dig. Ready for the Spartans. Corner sends it over. All for Wheaton. This time sets it over from the middle. Might have gone out. St. Francis plays on. Big swing from the right side over. Dig Stivers. Hit back and down. Tied at 17. C.C. Gilroy subs back in. Corner will serve. Serve just clears the net. Stivers over. Dig. They're ready for it at the net. Victoria Hall. 18-17. Hall, after that great play at the net, now has serve. Serve clears, dug out. Set up left side, over the block. Hall sets it back for court to Grossa, towing the back line. It's a kill anyway. Point Metamora, 19-17. Hall next serve over. Set up for the middle attack, right through the block, out without a touch. Point Metamora, 20-17. Boy, we must have had that block placed horribly because that looked like it could have gone right into our hands. They say no touch. All due respect to our front row that's been awesome all fall, of course. Set up left side attack. Redbirds block it back. Spartans send it over. Second contact. Nobody home. 20-18. Not much as he could do with that. Spartans set that to a perfect location in the open court. Katie Shuley will serve. 20-18 Metamora. Shuley the run and jump clears. Mooney with the dig. Wheaton left side. Big swing through the block for a kill. 21-18 Metamora. Yoder for Vandestraff. Wheaton was third. (21-18) Metamora. Wheaton clears. Nice dig by their libero. That's Basil. Big swing from the left side. Dug out by Wheaton. Yoder for the kill. Blocked back and recovered. All for Korchak. Grossa for the kill. 22-18 Metamora. Timeout, Spartans. They are out. And listen to this crowd. (22-18) Metamora. Again, that was the final timeout for Wheaton St. Francis. I want to thank you all for tuning in wherever you may be. We know we got some viewers back at the Germantown Grill. Great atmosphere to tune into this one. I want to thank Scott Kirker for helping us out on the camera and the production side of things. Alex, not with you again. We're here at Musgrove Field House at Sterling High School. Beautiful facility. Now, Scott, have you been here for basketball before? No. So is this your first time in here? It's my first time too, and it's an awesome gym. It rivals Ottawa. Maybe beats it. Well, yeah, Scott's got a good point. If the Redbirds win, that obviously plays into memories of how good the gym was. If they lose, obviously leaves that sour taste in your mouth. Wheaton was served. It just misses the sideline. Point Spartans, 22-19. Basil was served. 22-19 Metamora. Good serve. Yoder over dig goes out. Mooney tries to save it, but not much you could do with that. 22-20. 3 points. 3 points before they get 5. Or if we need more than 25, of course. Basil was served. Clears it for Yoder. All sets it back to her. Big swing is out. No touch. Nope. Point Spartans, 22-21. Timeout, Metamora. Very fun first set to follow here in Sterling. Game of runs here late in the set especially. St. Francis trying to tie the set. Out of the Redbird timeout. Again, the junior Basil has served. It's an 8. Redbirds let it go for some reason, and it falls down for a tied set. (22-22). You can feel, obviously, it's only 3 points to give up. The next run's going to win this set. Spartans set it up for the middle, nobody home. 23-22 Spartans. Vandestraff for Yoder. timeout, Metamora. Redbirds now out of timeout, as are the Spartans. Again, winners of the state semifinal next Friday. Spartans have been there before. Can't remember the last time off the top of my head, their last state finals appearance. Obviously, we talked about how they beat Metamora in the 2011 Super. Metamora, of course, has never been to the state finals in volleyball. So definitely history on the line. Still history for Wheaton St. Francis, just it's happened before is the only difference. Basil's serve is out. Ties it up 23-23. Chris error, set point, Wheaton St. Francis. Spartan fans now on their feet. Wheaton, all sets it up for Korchak. Grossa through the block and out. We're gonna need more than 25. 24-24, Ella Stivers will serve. Ella gets it over. Dugout, is it going to be recovered? It is. Great play by the Spartans to keep that alive. Gregory for the kill, recovered. Set up for the right side, recovered by Stivers. Vandeschamp left side for the kill. Set point, Metamora. 25-24, and now the Redbird fans start to get on their feet. Stivers serve, clears. It's an ace! It's an ace! 26-24. Metamora wins set one. Ella Stivers with the ace. Redbirds up 1-0. How about that fight from the Redbirds? The battles late in that set, coming back and winning it 26-24. I held the thought about that kind of heart, that kind of passion, that kind of tenacity that you need this time of year in those type of situations. They're announcing that we'll play the winner of the Hinsdale Super Sectional, which is Gully. Yep, they just said it. So 26-24, Metamora in the first set. And we'll see if Metamora is able to ride that momentum. Obviously, I would like to think I'm moderately more familiar with the sport now, but basketball especially, you talk about a big shot at the end of a quarter and using that momentum, trying to run with that momentum. This late charge that Metamora made at the end of the first set, what can they do with that in terms of creating momentum off of it? Hopefully they take it and run. Just in case you don't recall, or maybe this is your first time watching a Redbird volleyball broadcast, you see Metamora now has one circle darkened on their side. That's how we indicate that sets have been won by either team. So Metamora, of course, won the first set, so they have that first darkened circle. Winner plays Joliet Catholic. Got an update from, I'm not sure who would be Mike on your phone, your brother Mike? But anyway, Wheaton is down in football early, and I think it said the second quarter, 14-6. Wheaton is losing. I think that's at Normal Community, right? I love those all-area battles in the postseason. We talked about Metamora Limestone, of course, on the volleyball court for the sectional championship. Of course, our football game is going to be tomorrow, 7 o'clock kickoff at Muhammad Seymour. It'll be right here on Channel 401. Muhammad Seymour undefeated. Redbirds 7-3. St. Francis will have serve with Caitlin Dumpin. Again, Metamora 26-24 in the opening set, off an ace from Ella Stivers. The next set one is Redbird Arena. First serve of the set, here we go. Bandit draft, missed hit, and it's an ace. Spartans start off with the first point. Serve over. I think it would have gone out. Redbirds play it through. Freed in, miss hit, attack error. Point Spartans. Dumpin with some positives here out of her service game early in the set. Bandit draft for Hall. Here's Gregory right side, too much. No touch, point Spartans. Now the benefit is Redbirds can afford a set. You don't want to, you don't have to, but obviously they can now. Spartans can't, that's the only difference, obviously. Good serve there, dug out by Stivers. Wheaton, big swing left side. Ella Gregory will serve. Metamora with their first point of set number 2. Bella's serve clears, but it's out. Spartans go up 4-1. Now it's Anna Paquette with serve. Dug out by Stivers. Hall. Oh, you gotta talk, lady. Better than that. Timeout, Metamora. Wheaton St. Francis 5-1. Rare miscommunication out of the Redbird front row causes an attack error and a Spartan point. Spartans go up 5-1 here in the second set. Again, winner gets Joliet Catholic next Friday at Redbird Arena. First timeout used by Metamora. And a Paquette has served. 5-1 Spartans here early. Serve is not able to clip over the net. Redbirds within 3. Service error. Mia Cortagrosa subs in, and Victoria Hall will serve. Soft lobbing serve recovered on the other side. Middle attack is over the block and down. Certainly where that height comes into play for the Spartans. 6'3", 6'5" in their starting lineup. Serve clears, dug out by Mooney. All for Wheaton left side, and it toes the back line. Point Metamora. And a Yoder subs in for the Redbirds. Waited an awful long time to clear that sub, but we got it in. Wheaton serves, Redbirds within 3. Up and over, dug out. Set up, middle attack, heads up to get it over. Mooney bumps it back for Yoder. Going to be a tough play at the net. It's down for the kill. No, they say play on. Must have gotten the pancake on the other side. Grossa tips back and down. Seven 3 Spartans. Addie Horner will serve. Almost clips the net. Paul might have wanted to set that over second contact, in my opinion. St. Francis left side through the block. Wheaton over dig. Touch back and down. But out. It was out. No touch, though. Didn't they just tip it back and out of bounds? Unless it was in, but it didn't look in from here. Mooney dug out. Yoder. Down to point Redbird. Mooney with serve. Redbirds within a 4-point. Serve clears. Trying to find that back line. Tipped over, back and recovered somehow. Gregory. They set it up left side. Through the block, recovered. No lift, but it's eventually down. 9-4 Spartans. Redbirds have already used the timeout. But Tara Ballard probably doesn't want to use that second one until she absolutely needs to. And frankly, 9-4, I think, is too early to do so. Over dig, Yoder. Spartans recover. Through the block and down. The Redbird block. Been there every once in a while, but it has not been there consistently. And toward. Serve clips the net. Dug out by Yoder. Right side court to Grossa. Attack error. Point Spartans. Avery Bedwell will sub in for Mia Cortagrosa. Serve clears, dug out by Yoder. Set it back to her left side. Dug out. Bump it back. From the left side, it clears the block. Yoder left side again. Another attack error. Point Spartans. And Metamora is now out of timeouts, down 12-4. And as we mentioned, they of course have the set to give. But obviously you don't want to just back off. 12-4 Spartans. Spartans trying to force the third. Redbirds trying to get to Redbird. Birds will get their subs in. Dug out of the back row by Wheaton. Set up for Gregory from the middle for the kill. Got a lot of ground to make up. Stivers in the serve. Serve dug out of the back row. Set up for the left side. Through the block. Set up for Esma from the middle. Hill. 12-6 Spartans. And you got to rely on runs at this point. If you don't have any timeouts to soften any other runs made by the Spartans. Stivers finds the back row. Spartans able to get it over. Hall trying to find the back line. Spartans got trouble with it, but they're going to get it over. They found a way to get to every single one of those. Gregory for the kill. Recovered. Through the block, dug out by Stivers. Hall. Mooney sets it over. Middle attack, blocked back, recovered. They say a lift on the Spartans to make it 12-7. Ellis Stivers serves with Metamora down 5. Dug out of the back row. Good effort there from the Spartans back row. They get it over. Stivers for Hall. Set it left side. Panda trap. Big swing. Over Diggs. Gregory back and down. 12-8. And the Spartans, I think, are going to use their first timeout. They are. I realize we didn't even introduce you to the head coaches. Of course, Tara Ballard enters this one 243 and 73. Lisa Stone, the coach for St. Francis, she's in her 7th year, 169 and 78. Big week, I think was your point, Scott, for Redbird Athletics. You're talking about just how well the last calendar year's been. Think about the week alone. Volleyball, the run they've had. Cross country's got state tomorrow. By the way, have fun with that course after all the rain Peoria got today, but should still be an awesome atmosphere. Football tomorrow. Where are you going to be? You got so many choices. Of course, you can tune in to at least us in football on channel 401. 12-8, St. Francis out of the timeout. That's an error. Yep, service error. A little too much on it. Point Spartans. That was a little apparel. Serve clears. Dug out by Mooney. Hall sets up Vandestrap left side. Spartans will set it up right side, right through the block and down. That seems to be the story of the night, that when Metamora has been found at their lowest point, it's been the inability to get a block off out of the front row. Spartans have been able to thread that for the most part. Stivers dug out over to Gregory, right side for the kill. 14-9. I didn't realize that went clear into the far corner of the field house, away from the baseline seating even. But Izzy eventually gets it back. 14-9 Spartans. Bit of an overdig. Spartans set it up for the middle, and that's what 6'5" in the middle can do for you. Easy tip back for a Spartan point and a 15-9 lead. First to 5, first to 10, first to 15 so far for Wheaton St. Francis. A bit of an overdig. Hall for Gregory, right side. That's out. I didn't see a touch. Point Spartans. Dug out, Vandestrap. Hall sets it over. Second contact. She saw the open court and found the floor on the back line. Gregory serves. Redbirds in double figures. Spartans need 9. Redbirds need 15. Pretty simple math when you think about it. And again, 6'5" in the middle. That's Jessica Schmidt, by the way. Senior for Coach Stone. Vandershamp digs it out for Hall. Bump it up left side attack. Wheaton. And they get up for the block and down. Point Spartans. (18-10). Spartans trying to get to 20 here in the near future, of course. Without Metamora making a run, ideally, from their perspective. All for Wheaton. That one is through the block and down. 18-11. Mia Cortagrosa back in. Hall will serve. Hall clears. Spartans will set it up for the tip over. Hall, left side, Wheaton down. 18-12. Trying to get it within 5. Ideally 18-14, not just at 5, under 5. Maybe force a Spartan timeout. Hall, soft serve. Recovered on the other side, set it up for the middle attack. Right through. Mooney got a touch on it, but not much else to do with that one. 19 now for the Spartans. Serve on the way. Dug out of the back row by Mooney. Cortagrosa for the kill. I'd hate to interrupt. We have a massive upset in Class 3A. Taylorville Suns, #1 U-High in the Super Sectional. U-High has fallen in the Elite 8. A lot of people thought the Pioneers might have been able to make a run at a state title. The Tornadoes take them down tonight. Spartans from the right side, big swing for the kill. And they're the first to 20 as well. So, simple enough, that makes Metamora the highest ranked team remaining in the Elite 8. Wheaton for Hall. Bump it back towards Grossa for the kill. Dug out of the back row. Set up left side. Through the block and out. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I mean, we'll take the point. I was pretty positive it was a St. Francis point. So I thought maybe they'd say they got antenna on the block, but nothing there. Good dig by Maddie Mooney off the quality serve. Vandestrap from the left side. Set it up for the left side, through the block, dug out by Hall. Towards a crow, so they're going to get it over with Vandestrap. Set it up for the middle, tip over, dug out by Hall. Towards a Grossa. Mooney bumps it over. Spartans set it up left side, tip over, is recovered! Spartans take it out of the back row, big swing, I got a touch. Yep, play on. Set over and an attack error, point Wheaton St. Francis. 22-13. So obviously the Spartans have all the momentum in the world. Again, there would be a third set if need be. Mooney, dig, Hall, bump over, and Vandershap goes clear on the other side of the court. 23-13 Spartans. Gonna need a miraculous comeback to win it in two, but three obviously still in play. Service error, 23-14. Serve is out. Set point, Wheaton, St. Francis. 1 point away from forcing a deciding third set. Metamora has been in 3 super sectionals since 2015. They've all gone 3. Vanderschraft for Hall. Gregory out of the middle. Set up left side, going to be a tough play at the net. Hit back, and we got a net violation. Point Metamora. Still set point by 20. Redbirds can try to make a little bit of a run at it. Ella Stivers will serve. Serve clears. Set up for the left side attack. Big swing, blocked back. Bumped up for the middle. Wheaton for Hall. Here's Gregory from the middle. Nice dig. Set up left side for Paquette rather. Hall bumps it up. Wheaton coming from the middle. Able to get it over. Left side attack for the Spartans. Wheaton out of the back row. Hall for Vanderschraft. Left side. Dug out again. Spartans for the set. Tip over. Dug out and a lift. Point and set. Wheaton St. Francis will play a third. Again, we still go to 25. Oh, I like this. Whoever's running music here has gone with Thunderstruck in between the second and third. Of course, a song familiar to Redbird fans. Alex Stubbs, Scott Kirker with you here from Homer Musgrove Fieldhouse at Sterling High School. 3A Super Sectional. You win, you're playing Joliet Catholic next Friday at 4 o'clock at Redbird Arena. Again, the Spartans beating St. Lawrence, or the Angels beating St. Lawrence tonight. The big shocker, number 1 goes down. Taylorville beats U-High in the Super Sectional. Now Wheaton St. Francis is trying to take down number 2. 26-24, Redbirds in the first. 25-15, Spartans in the second. Regardless, this obviously will be our final volleyball broadcast of the fall. I want to thank you all for tuning in all throughout the season. Obviously, we want it to not end here, but if it doesn't end here, IHSA's got broadcasting rights for state, so that's why if the Redbirds were to come out victorious, there would be no MTCO broadcast at Redbird. Well, that's no fun. We got told not to jump on the bleachers. So I guess we just stand and golf clap. Third set, here we go. No backing down now. Whoever takes this set goes to Redbird Arena. Redbird's trying to do it for the first time ever. Spartans, as we mentioned, have been there multiple times before. Ella has first serve. Over. Set up for the left side attack. Through the block. I think I have a touch. No. Shows you what I know. Point Redbird. Stivers, good serve. Dug out of the back row. Set up middle attack. 6-5 in the middle. I don't really like the taunting back at us out of the front row. That was a little unnecessary, but still obviously a good benefit to have her in the middle. Stivers out of the back row. Hall bumps it over left side for Yoder. Right side attack, big swing, untouched is Addie Horner. 2-1 Spartans. Caitlin Dumpet will serve. It's out. It was very close, but it missed. Honestly, about the same one they called in earlier, but that was then, this is now. 2-all here in the final deciding set. Anderschraff clears. Spartans set it up for the middle. Good dig by Izzy out of the back row. Here's Esma left side through the block. Touch and out. Point Metamora 3-2. Redbirds. Sets are split, obviously, as we sit here in the third. Bit of miscommunication here. Tip over. Frieden left side. Big swing. Block back. Somebody got net, and it was us. Sometimes you can just tell when that shakes enough that you know somebody got net. It wasn't just the ball. Pocket as serve. Stivers. Hall for Gregory right side. Over dig. Be ready. Hall. Mooney bumps it back for Frieden left side. Down for the point. Redbirds in front 4-3. Redbirds set 3. Gregory just gets it over the net. Spartans bump it over to the left side for the kill. Urbasek serving for the Spartans. Stivers, Hall to Frieden left side, big swing for the kill. Redbirds are the first to 5. Check that off on your checklist. Talking about those increments of 5, of course. Are the first of 5, can they be the first of 10? Serve clears, good dig. Middle attack over and through the block, really. Ball over to Wheaton, left side, soft roll over. Comes the right side attack. Towing that back line is Addie Horner, point St. Francis. And an ace. Six, 5, St. Francis. Wheaton to Hall. Back to Wheaton, left side, and a missed hit for a Spartan point. First run. Here we go. This is the first true momentum of the set. And it clips the net for another 8. 8-5, St. Francis. We got a wet spot. It happens. Horner has served. Ace. Got to call time here, I think. The receive's just been totally off here in the first 14 points of the set. Came in talking about how big serve receive is going to be, and really should be in every aspect of a match, but obviously it hasn't been a good start to the set specifically in that regard. So Spartans need 16. Redbirds need 20. Still a massive number for both teams to get to. Going to feel like a century for us to get to either side. Horner has served. I feel like you got to make a run at it here. You let Spartans get too much of a stranglehold on this one. It's going to be tough to come back from, especially that got the back line. Yep. Receive has got to be better. Most crucial spot of the season. It's been off. One of the things that hurt him against U-High in that loss. And more bad receiving. Can't catch a break. That's all you can say. The Redbirds just can't get their receive flowing well. Dug out by Vandeschraff. Ball for nobody home, but Vandeschraff able to bump it over. Metamora going to call both timeouts here within the first 17 points. And now, all bets are off. No timeouts to use. Down 7. I would say, let's see here. Get to 10 before they get to 15. That's only outscoring them 5-3. That's not horrible. Try and keep it close. Corner, of course, still with serve out of the timeout. Dug out by Mooney, bit of an overdig. Ball for Wheaton, left side, through the block and down. Point Metamora. Now's when you got to make that run. I would fancy to say there's no exceptions. It's got to come now, especially being out of timeout. That's Wheaton with serve. Gets it over dig and out. Point Metamora. (26-24) Redbirds in the first, 25-15 Spartans in the second. Wheaton serve, dug out of the back row. Set up middle attack, tipped and recovered. Van de Schraff ball, forecourt to Grossa for the kill. (12-8), the gap closes a little more. Wheaton serve clear. Spartans will set it up for the middle. Bit of miscommunication. Used it, Redbirds. All for Grossa, right side. Through the hands and into the stand. 3-point set. Timeout, St. Francis. And now here come the Redbird fans. Helpful to point out that you may recall Joliet Catholic was up 7 in the third set. We were up 7 in the third set. JTA came back and won the match. A lot of points left on the board, and the Redbirds reversed the script. Etzma's serve is over. Over dig, set up for the middle attack. Through the block and down, point Spartans. Serve clears and it's in. Yep, it got the back line. I wouldn't say the run's been canceled yet, but the flame is slowly going down. Dug out by Van de Schraff. Ball back to Van de Schraff, and it's down. Now it might be. Run is reset. Spartans are 10 points away from the state finals. Service error. Point Metamora. I think we took. Middle attack for the Spartans. Hall gets to it. Mooney back for Van de Schraff. Left side attack, dug out of the back row by Wheaton, but down. Countdown is at 9 for Wheaton St. Francis. I think we're towing the line of a miraculous comeback. It's close. It's still manageable, but not by much. Especially without timeouts. Serve dug out by Van de Schraff. Ball for Grossa, right side for the kill. Stivers subs in. And Ella will go back to serve. It was an Ella Stivers ace that gave Metamora the first set at 26-24. They need her here big time. St. Francis with the dig. Middle tap over. Dug out by Mooney. Hall sets it over second contact. Right side and out. Oh, it's in. Yep. It got the back corner. Point St. Francis. Eight points away now. The spread is 6. Gregory tips it over. Set it up to the right side. Big swing for the kill. Spartans smell blood now. I think we can officially call it. It might take a miracle to come back and win this one. A 7-point spread. And with the run Wheaton St. Francis is on, it might take a miracle to pull it off. Stay with us. Van de Schraff attack error. Point Spartans. I think it's starting to set in. 6 points away for Wheaton St. Francis. Serve clears, dug out, Stivers, Hall sets it over. And it's down. Redbirds are out of timeouts, and Wheaton St. Francis, smiles starting to come out. 5 points away from Redbird Arena. Flip for an ace. They get so close. 7 times in program history they've been to this stage. And barring a major comeback, Ella Gregory will get a kill there. It'll be 0-7. At this point, it's just trying to preach all the confidence in the world to try and pull off the massive comeback. Van de Schraff. It over. Spartans set up for the middle. Kill. Three points away now. Van de Schraff over, dig, Hall sets it over. Spartans set it up to the right side, set over. Mooney, it's going to be a double, I think, or a lift. And this one's pretty much all but over, minus a couple points. Dug out by Stivers. Hall for Wheaton, blocked back. This might be 3. Yep. Spartans set it up for match point. Dug out by Van de Schraff. They send it right back and down. And Wheaton St. Francis is 1 point away from Redbird Arena. Dug out by Mooney. Hall for Wheaton. Spartans set it up to the right side and blocked back and down. Still match point. (24-13). Gregory's serve is out, and Wheaton St. Francis is heading back to Redbird Arena. Final score, 26-24, 15-25, 13-25, The MO of it all, the Redbirds just didn't look like themselves in the last two sets. Couldn't get the receive flowing and couldn't recover. Wheaton St. Francis will play Joliet Catholic next Friday at 4 o'clock. And here come the students. The headline coming in, it's the headline we use afterwards. So close, so far. You know, as somebody that works with the softball program, and they made that spectacular run and fell just short. A couple girls were on that team. It's a bit painful, I'm not going to lie. One of these days. One of these days they'll make it. We'll be talking about this moment as more of an afterthought in the pain of the present moment of a loss. Metamora finishes 3-3 in 3-set matches. Finished the year 33-5. Again, falling one match short of Redbird Arena for the 7th time in program history. But like I said, one of these days, they'll get it done. We're going to take a couple minutes off the headsets, and then it might be a while in terms of talking with the team and whatnot, but we eventually will be back, hopefully. Based on what I said pregame, we should be back with head coach Tara Ballard. But in the event that you just see it cut out, you know why, but we are going to make an effort to get one last interview in with Coach Ballard. So stay tuned for that. Again, before we go off the headset, again, we're still going to be here, just off headset. Metamora falls in 3 sets, 26-24, 15-25, 13-25. Don't go anywhere. We're going to interview head coach Tara Ballard, hopefully here in the next couple minutes or so. Alex Staub back with you here at Musgrove Fieldhouse as we get ready to wind things down again. Metamora falling just short of the state finals, falling to Wheaton St. Francis in 3 sets. And kind of the couple people I've talked to, kind of the same message, especially those that have been around the program very long, like Ann Cowling, who's in her last match. It's her last match tonight in official standing with the Metamora volleyball program. There is a, I don't know if we got it on our frame, but a pretty emotional hug between her and Tara Ballard just a couple minutes ago. And, you know, those are moments like that that are a real gut punch, is kind of the phrase I was using in my respective conversation. Scott, you brought up a good point. These losses wouldn't hurt so bad if you didn't know you were good enough to get beyond that. And I think that's kind of part of the reason, not just the season ending, but the fact of losing in general hurts as bad as it does, because there was a lot of people, especially in the Peoria market, that thought the Redbirds could legitimately make a run at Redbird Arena, maybe even a state title. And it wasn't in the cards once again. Give credit to the Spartans. They were pretty special, especially in the second and third set. Their front row was as good as advertised. Their 6'5" middle, Jessica Schmidt, definitely. When all you have to do is just that little soft tap over, that made a big difference as well. And Redbirds just weren't ready on the receive. They couldn't find their rhythm, and St. Francis took it and ran with it. We're told we might get Sarah Ballard. She's got some family she wanted to talk to. It continually looks like she might be making her way up here, so we're holding on to hope that we're going to get to talk to her one last time. But it's certainly been a special season for the Redbirds. That's what hurts. You had those expectations of getting as far as they did, or as far as they wanted to. And just one match short. And it looks like Tara Ballard is on her way up. Camera's pointing that way, so we'll have you slide over here. Yeah, just anywhere over here if you want to. If you want to. It's kind of a tight fit, but... All right, now joined by head coach Tara Ballard, and it stings, doesn't it? There's no other way to put it, is it? Try this headset, my bad. But kind of talking about the feeling of how it stings after a match like this.
Yeah, the locker room's not any fun. I mean, these girls have put in so much time and effort and so much heart into this, and we had the goal of making it to Redbird, and we were so dang close. We got that first set, and I don't think we relaxed. I think the other team just got really fired up, and they're a good team, and we couldn't execute the way we wanted to.
Boy, finding momentum in a sport like this does wonders, doesn't it? You kind of see that from Wheaton St. Francis on the other side of the net.
Absolutely. Volleyball is all about momentum. Just some huge swings when we couldn't pass, and they went on those big runs, and we couldn't find a way to stop them.
The one point, and I want to give credit again to Scott for bringing this up. He used the phrase talking about how these losses wouldn't hurt so bad if you didn't know there was the potential to go further. Kind of talk about that element of this, that maybe even expectation, obviously goal, but expectation to get to Redbird and how that plays into the emotions right now.
Yeah, I don't know if there was so much of expectation versus that was just a big goal.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the sectional championship game, there was an expectation that we should win since we beat that team 2 times. Tonight, I felt like the pressure was off, and we were just excited, and we wanted to take that next step, and we just couldn't do it.
What are you going to remember most about this group?
Just all the fun that they had together and how they worked well together and how scrappy they were. And I don't know, it's just such a group of nice girls.
I have to get this question in because I think it's important, and I may not get through it because of how much she means to me, but that hug with Ann Cowling after the match. Obviously, she's been part of my life all the way back to being a wee little kindergartner, but obviously she's been a lot to this program. God dang it. She's been a lot to this program, and obviously she's wrapping up her official career as a coach. Like we said on social, she'll be around. But kind of talk about moments like that afterwards.
Oh, yeah, just some of the people. Ann would be one of them. My husband, and of course my mom every time I see her, it causes me to break down. But yeah, some of those people who've just been there all the time, and she's done wonders for our program. I know we didn't show it tonight, but we were a really solid ball control team, and she is a big reason for that. And she just helps bring a lot of positive energy and joy into the gym, and that makes a big difference.
Do you almost kind of relish in those moments in a sense that obviously the loss sucks, but the emotions of getting to all those embraces, all those people that want to talk to you afterwards, is that one of probably the main things you take away, the ability to get to talk to all those people afterwards?
Yeah, it's so cool to look around the gym and see all the people who came to support these girls and all that they've done, and it just, like, you can feel the love. I love being from a small town. Metamora is a great place to grow up.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time these last couple of matches. Thanks for making it a fun fall, as pretty much it always seems, with obviously this great run this program's been on. And Kind of like I said, one of these days we're going to get it done.
I know.
Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Alex.
That'll do it from Sterling Metamora Falls in 3 sets in the Super Sectional for Scott Kirker. This is Alex Dobbs saying so long from Musco Fieldhouse.